Maria. All right, we sound good.
I am absolutely speechless at this setup right now. I mean, I get being a DIYer, but on an avalanche, dude, you just built a whole ass apartment?
No.
What the fuck?
No! All right, buckle up, boys. Oh, this is classic. America's just like a joke at this point. Proud to be an American. I totally am. But cost of living, baby. We're going to have some fun. If you're new here, welcome, okay? Take a hit, metaphorically speaking, of course. You got to admire this, though. But that's where we're at. We're going to learn a lot today. And we're going to have some fun while we do it. All right. All right, so up first, Ron Paul Jr., Sr., Jr. He goes, the most sinister of all taxes is inflation. Classic. When you create money out of thin air to pay the bills, the value of the dollar goes down, and the poor and the middle class get hit with a higher cost of living. It is the most evil of all taxes. I had to take a sip after that one. Anyways, that's going to set the tone. Oh, that's going to be fun. We're going to learn some stuff. All right. Now, this is trippy stuff here. Ready? Billionaires want us to forget that a father in the 1980s could spend 40 hours a week selling VCRs. He goes, own a home with 2 cars, go on family vacations in a single income household. Now, speaking of selling VCRs, all right? That's a VCR, okay? I actually have a lot of VCR, DVD combos, okay? I'll show you all my old stuff. I actually used to make, on average, about $7,000 a year reselling VCRs and DVD combo players. Like this wood grain VHS player behind me, $200 if I wanted to sell that. Now, I couldn't sell it immediately. Probably sell it for $100 like that, okay? But this is a real thing. I mean, like, I'm not taking that away, but I'm saying now, in current society, 4 years ago, okay? I'm doing this now for a living, but I'm just making a point, okay? That this just used to be a thing.
The average...
Speaking of VCRs and TVs, I want you to really think about this, because this is costing you a lot of money. Anyways.
Television is on in this country in every household 7 hours a day. I asked a guy one time what his TV cost. He said about $450. I said, you forgot to look at the price tag. He said, what do you mean? I knew he was a TV watcher. I said, that television costs you, in my opinion, at least $12,000 a year. To watch it, not to own it.
God, that's hilarious, because time is money. Fuck, that's great. All right, modern day TV. You're probably saying, I don't watch that much TV. Okay. Well, the average person's screen time on their cellular device is 7 hours and 3 minutes per day. Now, my screen time is about that. And I work on the phone, on the computer, to find stuff for us to watch and laugh at and me to make money. Okay? I want you to pay attention to what I just said, though. And also think about what home dude just said. Everybody in this room, take notes, because I'm getting pissed. Think about what he just said. How much of you guys watch this? I'm well aware, because I am also a consumer. But half of my consumption now is fun, and the other half is to make money. Hey, dollar bill, y'all. Anyways, let's listen to this young black gentleman who seems to have his head on correctly.
Flash, this is not the 1900s no more, man. Fuck that 9 to 5, quit that job. Use your phone to make you some money. The same phone that you using to troll, the same phone that you using to entertain, you using to see this video right now, use that shit to get you some money, bro. Everybody is using that shit now, bro. Get on the train before it's too late.
He's got a good point. I wouldn't just up and quit your job, though, because nobody's really hiring. Just saying. I'm tapped in. Just because I'm making money here sitting with you, dicking around, okay, doesn't mean I haven't had 2 jobs and worked in the trenches. Oh, I've done it. And then when I'd get off work, I'd come home and I'd work some more for free. Just like a lot of you. Anyways, here's some comments from a previous cost of living video from you guys. I like to keep it light, keep it loose, keep it fun. You guys got some good shit too. This person goes, $25,000 is exactly what I have saved up, and I still feel broke and poor. Pathetic. Congratulations on having 25 grand, though, by the way. Not a lot of people can say that. This guy goes, I'd be instantly richer if the government didn't take 25% off the top and then tax and regulate everything else. Classic excuse. I'm just kidding. He's not tripping. I literally, since I work for myself, I have to come up with nifty ways to not pay a shit ton of taxes. It's awesome. It's fun. It's like juggling. No, it's awesome. I have to know how to juggle now. That's perfect. That'll be a clown. Entertain you guys. This person goes, as someone who is 28 with $25,000 plus in my brokerage account, don't beat yourself up by comparing yourself to others. Things change in a year for me and my finances. Don't give up on yourself. Good man or woman. Yes. You are what you eat and what you think about. If you say you can, you probably can. And the other, if you say you can't, no, then you're fucked. This person goes, regular lives, ? If I had $25K in the bank right now, I'd feel like Bill fucking Gates Jr. See? Perspective, man. For me, 25 grand is like, we're gonna need more. But I'm in my mid-30s. When I was 24 years old, I had 30 grand. I felt like I was hood rich Ricky, dude. Slipping and sliding. Okay? Driving the bucket. I was in a hoopty richer than all my peers. Okay? But I've also gone bust. That's the best feeling ever. Just to go from ballin' to shakallin', I need help. Okay. Switch gears here. Okay? Think about, you don't want a 9 to 5. Regular jobs don't seem to be working. Camper vans built on extremely impressive apartments built on trucks, okay? Making money with your telephone. Everything's backwards and different, okay? So we're going to be talking about having a strong pivot foot, all right? I was point guard, 6th and 7th grade. Got a mean, nasty pivot foot nowadays, all right? This is German in Venice. This is going to make sense because this is going to make sense. La-da-dee-ya-da-do.
Not say homeless, but I feel like an emptiness in my body because I don't have my store anymore. It felt like it was my home. I always had a place to go and I felt safe. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys or not, but I don't have that sense of safeness anymore, if that makes any sense if I say that. Some other people, they get rid of their store. They don't really care. But for me, Venice was always something special that I was in Venice. That's a place where I always wanted to be. I always saw it on television. I always wanted to be there. So it's hard to explain. I feel like a little bit pressured into the videos now, and it kind of scares me a little bit.
Okay. So let me paint you the picture, okay? He owned his own storefront, this gentleman here. Super cool guy. I like this dude, okay? And he owned his own storefront on Venice Beach. I used to live in California. Venice used to be very poppin', and all the stores there were family-owned businesses. They weren't these big corporations. Well, times have changed. A lot of family businesses, everybody wants to support, I get it, we accidentally support all these big conglomerates, but, we neglect to support the small business. And what I mean by the pivot foot is he had to close a store down after 20 years. But luckily, he's, an older gentleman. He's older than, a lot of people are like, I can't figure out the telephone. This guy's, upwards of 50 years old, and he's figured out how to make money on the phone. And thank God he did. And he was saying he feels pressured now because now he has to be full-time making money on this. And, in other words, we can get stuck in our own ways, okay? Jesus. Got that out of the way. Anyways, German in Venice. I love that dude. But have a pivot foot. Don't be afraid to try some new shit.
You talk about why
Anyways, speaking of corporate conglomerates.
coffee is $7 now. Like, no, for real, let's break this down. Because there's no reason I should be paying $7 for a cup of coffee. It should be $3. It used to be $3. You just go to a coffee shop. I'm talking about full service coffee, whipped cream, nutmeg, cinnamon, $3. Now it's $7. And after paying $7, you got the nerve to flip the screen around and say, do I want to tip 15%?
I actually like to tip more than 15%. You get what you give around here, homie. All right, but realistically, coffee still does cost $2. I do it every day. I go to this place, McKeb's Bagels and Deli. I'm actually partnered with them now. Okay, it's in West Palm Beach, Florida, right off Okeechobee Military. Okay, they have another location in Royal Palm Beach if you're a Florida local, McKeb's. Okay, atmosphere, whatever. Okay, but price point, on the money. Okay, it's a family-owned business. All right, best bagels in town, by the way. Make everything in-house. All right, I've been going here for years. And I bring this up because coffee still is $2. I go there every day. And if I want to get a fancy latte, it's $5 if I pay with my debit card. If I go old school, God forbid I go old school and pay with a VHS player. By VHS player, I mean cash, paper money. It's actually cheaper. It's like $4. Okay? For a fucking latte. Yeah, you get your almond milk too, whatever you want. Right? But go make your coffee at home with whipped cream and shit. It's still going to cost you more than $3, dude. Probably going to cost you about $3. So, I get it. I like to go out and buy my coffee somewhere. But I don't go to fucking Starbucks. They have enough money. No offense to them. No offense to you if you like Starbucks. Okay? Point is, places like this exist. And if you're in the West Palm Beach area or Royal Palm Beach area, hit up McKeb's. Tell them Jack sent you. Okay? That's all I'm trying to say. It still fucking exists. I do it every day. But when you go to these big conglomerates, it's funny because all these people don't want to support work for big. I don't want to work for corporate America, but you sure do give them a lot of your fucking money now, don't you? I'm ashamed of you. I'm just kidding. I don't even know you. Stop. Anyways, speaking of people not wanting to work, we're going to switch gears here, okay? We're going to take a mean U-turn, hard left. All right.
You do when you manage a team of like Gen Z people who don't care to go above and beyond and really
Just pay them. Just pay them more money. Don't give me this work-life balance. Just pay them.
That dude was the best. This comment was really good. This dude goes, my company just lost $400,000 a year annually because they didn't want to give me a $2 an hour extra raise. He showed them the math, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he just said I quit on the spot. You know, and I understand. I actually respect that. And if you're somebody who does have like 25 grand saved, you could do something like this. So don't think that 25 grand isn't anything. Money's like freedom. Time is money. It allows you to have time to say, fuck you, pay me, or I'm out. Anyways, this guy went and just got another job. And these people keep calling him back. That's the best, dude. So get your money up. Anyways, this guy goes, the cheap food is what's making America fat. Too much food. Well, shouldn't be going to Starbucks all the time. Anyways, this guy's great.
You know, you cannot expect above and beyond effort for not above and beyond pay. You got to make it so people will be hurt to lose that job, not crushed. Like when you pay them enough that they'll be crushed if they lose their job, it means that like they get fired and now they can't afford their rent.
And that's a lot of people. If you really think about that, like, yeah, like losing your job, you're like, damn, like I had a really good bartending gig out in California. This is like 7-8 years ago. I was making like 65, 70 grand a year. I felt rich, you know, it was awesome. But I knew they were closing down and it hurt me, but it didn't like crush me. You know what I mean? But like this is a perfect example of somebody where if they lose one of these jobs, good luck.
I have a degree in English and Communications. I acknowledge I shouldn't have gotten my degree in English and Communications. I work at the bank. I do not make a livable wage at the bank. So from 8:15 to 6:15, that's right, 10 hours at the bank every...
The bank, where they have all the money. That's funny. No, that's good. That's good. Write that down.
every day, I belong to corporate, but more likely than that, it's more like 7 to 7 with traffic. After my shift at the bank, I have to go door dashing because the bank does not pay me a livable wage. Starbucks paid me a livable wage. So I go back to Starbucks, try to get my job back. They won't hire me back, despite saying I'm rehireable.
So anyway,
Fuck Starbucks. I'm just kidding. You go get your Starbucks, okay? And speaking of DoorDash, McKeb's offers that too, just in case. They got great food. Phenomenal. Anyways.
anyone else doing crazy things out there trying to save money? I mean, I cut my own hair. I cut it off. You know, I'm not going to go pay $80 at a hair salon. Fuck that.
Hey,
Think about that, though. You have 2 jobs. You're basically just working all day long. And then, like, if you don't have any financial cushion, or you're, God forbid, you're doing it all by yourself, which seems like most people are, you don't even have time to even try to, like, figure out what the black gentleman earlier was talking about, hey, just make money on your phone, dude. It's not that easy. It's simple, but it takes time. And if you don't have any fucking time, good luck. But speaking about saving money, getting ahead, this is really funny. This is great. But you kind of almost got to admire it. But this, remember that? The dude with the pickup truck with the apartment on the back, saving money. Okay? This is some extreme stuff. But this is classic. This goes, confronted a serial scammer who has not paid rent for 20 years. You almost kind of got to admire it a little bit.
Ryan Cath with NBC Boston. We've been looking for you. Why haven't you paid rent for the last 20 years? Russell, stop and answer a couple questions. You have been ripping off landlords for the last 20 years. What do you have to say to them for all the money you owe them?
He's been on.
I think that dude was just way ahead of his time. I'm not saying don't pay your bills. I mean, what goes around comes around, or you get what you give, you know. But I kind of get it, though. Remember the beginning of the video? Camper truck, apartment guy? Just saying, this one's rich, too.
On unemployment benefits for 5 years and has been busted with a baby blue Lamborghini, a Harley Davidson, and 2 Rolex watches. Detectives investigating unexplained wealth raided a Parramatta unit last month, discovering the assets worth more than $500,000.
I mean, I kind of get it, though. You know, like, I'm not going to abuse the system, nor can I. I mean, just look at me. What am I going to do? Walk into the EBT office? Come on. They'll laugh me out of there. They already did. But this is kind of like the lengths people are going. I mean, I simply just, like, work with other people, and I keep my bills really low. Okay? A man with no bills is a rich man, in case you didn't know that. You know, make all the money you can and keep your fucking shit low. And yes, this is financial advice. All right? It's practical. Okay? Listen to a stranger on the internet. Why don't you? But you guys got to leave your thoughts on that one. But, I mean, the dude got a little greedy. Let's be honest. All right? I mean, I see it all the time. I live kind of hood adjacent. And I see people with Gucci slides, driving Beamers, putting $8 on Pump 7. All right? Cashing out EBT at the corner store. I see it every day. And I'm not knocking it. I get it. But it's when you get a little greedy with it. You know, if you're going to pull that shit, stay under the radar, for God's sake. This was great, though. Dodge Charger. I used to love those cars. This guy goes, be the person with $100K in the bank and a $20,000 car. Not the person with $100,000 car and $20K in the bank. Shorty, what you drank. Yay? All right. I like to end on a positive note here. Let's wind this down. All right. These are some... you know, a little bit of some positivity, send you some inspiration, okay? I can't motivate you, but I can allow you to think for yourselves, I hope. Mark Twain goes, worrying is like paying a debt you don't owe. Genius. No man is free who cannot control himself. Think about that one. Pythagoras, or however you say that guy's name. This dude, Mitsubishi Makasaki, he goes, it may seem difficult at first, but everything is difficult at first. Yeah. So, think about that one. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. That's so true. Like, all I ever wanted was to be able to make money with my own business, preferably talking for a living, making people laugh, having a good time. Okay? And now I have that. We're almost at 100K on this channel, which I'm like blown away by because I've been trying this for fucking ever. And even my second channel is almost at 20K. And I'm just sitting here like, to think if I would have just given up or never tried, I could be fucking bartending right now or selling VHS players still. I actually really enjoyed reselling stuff, vintage goods. That was fun. All right. We got a couple more here. This one goes, all right, come on, hurry up, dude. Jesus, sorry about that. This guy goes, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Wow, some deep stuff, man. Some deep shit. What else do we got? We got a couple more good ones here. Almost nothing material is needed for a happy life, for he who has understood existence. Marcus Aurelius Jackson Jr., Senior Jenkins. Honestly, like everything you see behind me, I enjoy all of that, but if need be, all sold. I'm selling all of it. I agree with that. I don't live life for like materials. I agree with that, man. And as you saw with the guy with the EBT, with the Lambo, he learned his lesson. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Trippy stuff, dude. We're almost done. This is going to be good. This is going to really set the tone for your weekend here. Alan Watts. I love this guy. No amount of anxiety makes any difference to anything that is going to happen. Deep shit. Everyone must choose one of the pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Unknown user. In other words, just do it, dude. Like, don't wear Nikes if you're not going to do it. Okay? You take those fucking shoes off. You're a disgrace. Ding. All right, last one. This is something to really think about. This was a comment from a guy who left another comment that said, I've done everything right for 20 years and I still have nothing. This dude goes, that comment that he said, I did what I'm supposed to for 20 years and still at zero. Dude, like what the F were you doing for 20 years? This is something to think about. I understand if the government seized your money or you lost your legs or something, or if your uncle was gay. But what the 2 full decades with nothing? That may be just you. LOL. Crying laughing face. God, hell of a talk, okay? That's something to think about. Sometimes it's us. I point the finger at myself all the time, okay? Like everything I've ever done that's been a fuck up, I just go, God, classic me. But you gotta learn your lesson. I mean, I don't care if you learn your lesson. I'm learning my lessons. Good stuff, man. God, this was fun, man. God.